I think people were expected to have children back in the 50s. You know, they were supposed to have, the ideal was to have the two kids. My brother was born on July 16th, 1953.
Michael was born on the 17th of July.
Michael was born the 16th of July.
He liked all the pop music that was popular in the early 70s. He was very fond of the Beatles.
He was interested in the opera.
The Beatles, the jazz music.
He liked to tease Madeleine here by, when she was doing her homework, to turn the light out, and she'd rush out and chase him. You know, I think the relationship between all of us was good.
When he got sick and couldn't do sports and so on, he sat at home and did things, and he was rather artistic in a way.
He was interested in the history of aviation.
Some were models that he got prizes for.
Mike was actually very, very bright. He had to spend a year in hospital after he'd had his transplant, and they actually sent in tutors from the school, and he graduated with all A's. My brother got this mysterious ailment, and he was ill, and he was different from other children.
They took out the tonsils when they were infected, and the infection went down, ate into the kidneys, and caused a nasty disease called nephritis.
When he was 17 years old. But I said, he can't keep his kidneys.
The collapse actually came on New Year's Eve, 1974.
But Dan went to see him the night before. He died on the 27th of January, 1975.
That morning on the 25th, they called up and that he had gone.
I didn't know about that film camera, and when we found those films of his, it was a complete surprise. It was like finding this buried treasure, really, that he'd done. And I don't know anything about that interest of his. I would have spent more time with him, I think. That's what I regret doing. It's like a great big hole in your life. And I don't really even think about it because it's too painful. I think you'll get like a shadowy impression of what he was like, or just a hint. It's sort of almost like an archaeological exercise. They say that after a month people start to misremember things, and I know myself there are things that I could have sworn. They say memory is the great betrayer. Perhaps by listening to us, you might get an impression of what he was like.